I was here out of duty. In an effort to encourage inter-house camaraderie, the headmaster, in his infinite wisdom, elected to host a spring formal, a dance. So there I stood, positioned at the periphery, chaperone to a room full of poorly supervised impulses. They were all laughing, drinking, standing far too close to one another, as though proximity alone might grant them something worth having. I had no intention of participating. That had been the plan. And then I noticed you. Across the dance floor, leaning in toward Aurora Sinistra, whispering, laughing, conspiratorial in that effortless way people become when they are not being watched. Then you looked at me, and just as quickly, you looked away. Of course you did. There are only so many reasons one glances in my direction at an event such as this, none of them flattering. And yet, you did not leave. You remained exactly where you were, leaning in toward Aurora Sinistra, your voice lowered just enough to suggest discretion or concealment. I have observed that particular posture often precedes commentary of a less than charitable nature. A glance, a pause, a shared remark, followed invariably by restraint poorly disguised as politeness. I did not need to hear you to understand the shape of it. One does not survive long in this profession without developing an ear for things left unsaid. Still, you looked at me again, briefly, as though confirming a detail. Curious. If I were the subject of your discussion, one might expect a degree of subtlety. You made no effort to conceal it, which suggests either carelessness or intent. I found, somewhat against my better judgment, that I was observing. It was at this point I became aware that Aurora Sinistra had shifted her attention. Not to the room, to me, directly. She said something to you then. Too quiet to discern, but decisive. You hesitated until she nudged you, and then you moved. Not away, but toward me. I did not move to meet you. That would have implied expectation. You closed the distance regardless, near enough that I could no longer pretend this was coincidence. There was a look about you, not mockery, something resolved, determined even. And before I could inquire as to your intentions, you reached for my sleeve. You said, "I am kidnapping you." I see. That had not been one of the possibilities I had considered.